Hello everyone, hope you all are doing fine. So today we are going to see about how to start our cue cards or part 2 questions of IELTS speaking. It is very simple, but there are some students who build up a very long and rather lethargic background while speaking for cue cards. That gives them a very short time to cover all the areas of the cue cards. Okay, so it is very important and crucial that you know how to start your answers without missing out on any point. At the same time, it is very effective, as it is said that first impression is the best impression. So you need to give a background as well as you need to be on the topic from the beginning so that the command over the language and understanding of the cue card is shown to the examiner. Okay, so let's see some of the ways in which we can start our part 2 cue cards. So the first one, how can you start your answer? First phrase or rather a sentence that you can use while speaking your cue card is that the one I would like to tell you about is. Okay, so the one I would like to tell you about is a phrase in which you can tell about a cue card that is asking you to point out a certain situation, a certain person, or certain object. For example, if it is asked, then describe about a person who you like the most, or describe something that is very close to your heart, or describe an art gallery that you visited when you were a child. So if there is such questions which is asking you to pick out something, then you can use this phrase that the one that I would like to tell you about is a museum that I visited when I was in 7th grade. Or you can say, though there are copious things that I cherish in my life, the one I would like to tell you about is my father, my mother, or my phone, my you can say a museum named Mahatma Gandhi. So something, okay? So you can start with your cue card with this phrase. It will not only show a good starting, but also it says that one thing that you picked out and you are going to talk about today is specifically about that thing. Okay, so the one I would like to tell you about is a good way to start your cue card. Another phrase that most of us use is my favorite. Okay, so my favorite book is or was, my favorite actor or actresses is or was, or my favorite vacation destination or my favorite picnic spot is or was. Okay, it can be present or past, anything. So if you want to pick out the best or the favorite item from your life on the cue card, then you can use this phrase. So if you want to tell about a dress that you like the most, you can start, to be frank, I have numerous dresses for each occasion. However, my favorite is my wedding gown, or my favorite is a skirt that I bought from Paris. Okay, so you can use this word with this line, to be frank, I have numerous dresses. So these sentences, to be frank, I have numerous things, though there are copious things. Okay, so these are something when you need to pick out something important or some particular item from a variety of things, that when you need to choose one thing, then you can use these phrases. Okay, though I have copious things, though I have number of items, though I like many of the places, though I have various or numerous items, to be frank, I have various things, but I would like to pick out one. Though I have many likings, however, I would like to tell you about. So these are some phrases which you can tell when you need to choose a particular thing from various items or various locations present in your mind or present in your that time you can remember. Okay, so if you need to choose one, pick out one from a lot, then you can use these phrases like, though there are copious things, or to be frank, I have numerous things, but one thing that I would like to talk to you about, or however, my favorite is, or though there are various things, one thing that I would like to share with you is that, okay, so these are few ways in which you can pick or choose an item and talk on this cue card and then elaborate it into your points in further upcoming answers. Moving ahead, the same thing I would like to talk about. So today I would like to talk about my teacher who is a favorite person in my life. You can say like this. Or today I would like to talk about my favorite art, that is Mona Lisa. Okay. So now, today you would like to talk, if the cue card is asking you to talk about an art or talk about a favorite person or a book that you like, then you can say that today I would like to talk about. That means you have many things in your mind, you know about these arts, these people, number of arts, but today at this point you are going to talk about one single thing, that is your answer. Okay, so I would like to talk about Mona Lisa because that is my favorite art. Or you can say today I would like to talk about an art which I remember from my childhood, that is Mona Lisa. Or today I would like to talk about a favorite teacher of mine from school time, that is my maths teacher. Or you can also say, though I have numerous people in my life, today I would like to talk about the best person that I know in my life, that is my friend or my best friend, someone. Okay, so you can say like this. Also, another way in which you can start your cue card topics is that let me tell you about. Okay, so this is the same thing when you need to say or talk about a particular thing, like a person you know or a place that you visited. There are numerous places that you have visited, there are numerous people that you know, but today, now, let me tell you about. Okay, so let me tell you about my favorite place, that is Switzerland. Or let me tell you about one social problem that is very prevalent in my country, and that is air pollution. Okay, so you are telling the examiner that today or now you are going to talk about something which you think is more important than the other topics. So you will say, let me tell you about a very serious problem that is going on in our world now, and that is corona pandemic. Okay, so describe a person you know is kind. So there are number of people with whom I converse and who look generous. However, or but today, let me tell you about my father who is very kind and is full of generosity. Okay, so this is another way in which you can start your conversation on the cue cards. Moving ahead, another phrase which is very, you can say, catchy when you talk is that personally I would have to say. Okay, so this is told when you think or when the question demands your opinion, maybe on some social issue or something that is going on around us related to environment, pollution, people's changing behavior and character, or improving technology, decreasing socialism, anything, some issue that is going on. So you can say, personally, I would have to say that this is the most dangerous way, or this is the most effective way, or this is the most prevalent problem, or this is the most useful solution, something like that. So if you have a question, describe an environmental issue, you know, then you can say, personally, I would have to say that the most prevalent global issue today is air pollution. And then you can elaborate about air pollution throughout your answer. Okay, or if you have to answer about any solution, if you are asked, describe a solution that you may use to curb environmental issues, then you can say, though there are copious ways, personally I would have to say that avoiding traffic congestion and reducing the use of private vehicles can reduce air pollution in the world. Okay, so personally you feel, okay, when you need to give a personal opinion, when you are trying to say personally you think, okay, there are various solutions, there are various problems prevalent or found out throughout, it is ubiquitous throughout the globe, but still you personally feel that this is the most important one, most crucial one, then you can start by saying personally I would have to say that this is the most crucial point or this is the most crucial problem throughout the globe. Okay. Okay. The next one is this, the one who stands out. Okay. Or the one that stands out. So it can be a person or a thing, a gadget. So when you need to point out that is different, that is unique, that is according to you, the cue card is asking to pick out something that is unique, that is different when compared to other people or other things. So like for example, here we have taken describe a gadget that you like most. So you can say there are numerous technological items that I own, but the one that stands out is my laptop. Okay, so you have numerous computers, you have laptops, you have mobile phones, you have other iPads and so on, but still the one that stands out, that is unique, that is different according to you is your laptop. And then you can elaborate the features that make it unique and elaborate examples, features, and why you like or why you think that this is unique or different or stands out. Okay, so when you think that from this lot I need to pick out one and say that this is different, uniqueness, it is unique when compared to others, then you can say this. Another example that you can say, describe an art that you feel is globally accepted, then you can say there are various or there are numerous arts that are accepted globally, but the one that stand out is Mona Lisa due to its uniqueness. Okay, so when there are things and from that you need to pick out the unique one, the different one that is different, though it has the same feature, it will have the same work done like others, but still it will have some uniqueness, some extra point that will make it different compared to others. Okay, so this is another phrase that you can use while starting your cue card. Another one is I'm going to tell you about. This is very simple and the most basic one. If you do not get any idea or you don't know how to start on a cue card, then you can say, today I'm going to tell you about, or I'm going to tell you about a place that I visited. It was Switzerland, which I visited in last year or which I visited in 2016 or something. Okay, so as here you can see there are quite a few places where I have commuted. However, now I'm going to tell you about Australia, which happens to be my cherished country. Okay, so I am going to tell you about. So this is very simple, very basic one. Okay, so today I'm going to tell you about my father, who happens to be most kind person I know. Or you can say I am going to tell you about a global issue that is prevalent throughout the world, and that is air pollution. Or you can say, I am going to tell you about a gadget that is most used by teenagers nowadays, and that is iPad. Okay, so this is the basic thing. If you do not know how to start your answer and you think that I'm not getting a background to start on, you can just start by saying that today I'm going to tell you about. Okay, so the most simple and the most quick and easy one is this one. Okay, apart from these, there are also certain things when nothing works out, you can use all these words to start your cue card, these phrases like I want to tell you about a thing, person, place. Okay, so I want to tell you about my father. I want to tell you about the art which I saw in my childhood, that is Mona Lisa. Or I want to tell you about a mesmerizing place such as Switzerland. And another thing, well, I suppose today I would share my thoughts on something. Okay, so when you are going to give your opinion or you are going to talk about some social issues, then you can say, well, I suppose. Okay, so today you are going to tell, according to you, this may be, this is not that, but it may be that this is the main issue or what you feel is prevalent throughout the world. You can say that. So you can say, well, I suppose today I would share my thoughts on how to be polite with elders. Or you can say, well, today I suppose I would share my thoughts on air pollution because that is the most difficult situation going on around. Or even you can say, well, I suppose today I would share my thoughts on how gadgets are influencing teenagers, especially laptops and online games. Okay, so when you think that's something you need to say, or you think that is the more important issue, you can use this phrase. And in my personal view, if the question or the cue card asks about something which needs your opinion, then you can say, in my personal view. In my personal view, I think air pollution is the most crucial subject going on nowadays. Or you can say, in my personal view, there are various things that can be done to curb pandemic of corona. Or you can say, in my personal view, teenagers have become addicted to technology nowadays due to ignorance from parents. Okay, something in your personal view. And then another one is, first of all, I would like to thank you for asking me such an interesting, thought-provoking, exciting, unique question. Anyone, do not use all this I'm saying. So you can say, first of all, I would like to thank you for asking me such an interesting question because I have never thought about it. Or you can say, first of all, let me thank you for asking me such a thought-provoking question because I think people need to think about air pollution as it is increasing day by day. Or you can say, first of all, I would like to thank you for asking me such exciting question because whenever I think of Switzerland, I am just over cloud nine because that is my most favorite place. Or you can say, first of all, I would like to thank you for asking me such unique question because I have never thought of artificial intelligence in my life. Okay, so these are few ways in which you can start your question if you think that is unique or that is thought-provoking or it is interesting. So this is a catchy line, you can say. It is a very funky as well as a comedy, you can say, because if something is unique and you don't know about it, then you say like the intonation will change. You will have ups and downs. If it is unique, you don't know anything about artificial intelligence. Though you are it is a sarcastic saying. Okay, it is a sarcastic sentence when you say, first of all, I would like to thank you for asking me such a unique question because I have no idea about artificial intelligence. So you're not thanking, but you are saying in a sarcastic way that I don't know about this, what I'm going to say. Okay, so it will be a bit of catchy line. It may be a good start, happy start, you can say. So try to use it if you feel that the cue card is out of your box, out of your league. Just try to use it for getting some time to think on it because you both will start laughing after having such a unique type of start. Okay, moving ahead. This is honesty. To be honest, the only thing that I could think of to speak now is something. Okay, so when you do not, you have no idea on the cue card, you don't know what to speak, then you can be honest and say like this, that to be honest, the only thing that I could think of to speak now is about my phone because I have no idea about other gadgets which are going on nowadays in the world. Okay, so if you don't have anything knowledge on artificial intelligence, then you can say, to be honest, the only thing that I could think of to speak now is my phone's virtual assistant, that is Siri, or you can say Alexa, because I have no knowledge on artificial intelligence whatsoever. Okay, so if you do not know how to start, you do not know the cue cards topic, then you can be honest and start in this way so that you get some time, few seconds, to just brush up what you're going to speak for 2 minutes. Okay, and then last, okay, to start with, I would like to say that, okay, so you just bang on, you are going on the topic, no background, nothing, no sort of presentation or anything, you're just jumping on to the cue card. So okay, to start with, I would like to say that air pollution is the most difficult situation that the world is facing nowadays. Okay, so just jumping to the question, jumping to the cue card. Okay guys, so these are few ways in which you can start your cue card answers, and try these while you start practicing your answers, because knowing them is of no use until you practice them. Only with practice it will get inculcated into your mind, and when you start speaking, at least 2 or 3 will come into your mind, and it may be helpful, not even only in part 2, but yes, in part 3 or part 1 also you can use some of them in a shorter form. So practice, 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 practice as much as you can, because only that will help you, and the more you speak, the better you get, and it gets fixed into your mind. These sentences will fix into your mind only when you use them while speaking. So whenever you speak, even while cooking or while doing household chores or while speaking to your friend or anyone while practicing for IELTS exam, try to use these words instead of being simple and going with mugged up sentences. Try to use them. Do not refer the answers, but try to use them in your own way and give work to your mind. Okay, so all the best. Use these phrases while speaking and do lots and lots of practice. All the best.